Hey, welcome back, all you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Metal Matt, as always. As ever, your host, Metal Matt. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I've been told by some audience members that they're not sure where the bell is. I believe it's next to this word subscribe. There's actually a little icon of a bell. What happens is you click on it and then there's a drop down. It's 2 or 3 items, and it's like every week or every single time or something. You set the frequency basically. The ones that I have the bells on, I think it's every single time the channel uploads it, I get an email from them. That's just the way I have it set. You guys obviously make up your minds, but the reason I say the bell is because if you want to subscribe to me, and I totally appreciate that, thank you, it's awesome, I don't take that lightly, appreciate you guys rocking with me. If you do subscribe and you do hit the bell, you have a far higher chance of seeing when I put new material up, when I upload new content. And since I'm on a tear lately, I haven't done the math, but I'm uploading a lot regularly and fast because I enjoy doing this. Even the vlogs that are, you've been looking through my work or watching my stuff, I get into some pretty heavy territory. Tonight, not gonna be quite as heavy on this one, at least. I mean, we'll see. So yeah, again, welcome everybody. Trying to clear up any weirdness out there in social media land. I'm just grateful to, honestly grateful to have any audience or an audience or fans, people who are interested in who I am, because that's, after messing around for a long time, like, what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna be? What am I gonna? It's like, who I'm gonna be isn't gonna be Matt. This guy named Matt, who grew up in Southern California and has been through all kinds of crazy shit. He worked in the film industry and worked in pharmaceutical and worked in engineering and worked in construction and worked in electrical installation and has been an office shipping guy, a fulfillment guy like Amazon has, loading those big carts full of shit you ordered, putting all that on a pallet and making sure it gets to an airplane and flies. I wish I was flying the plane, but not that sexy. But I mean, just you name it, I've done it. I've been an extra. I've been in a couple of movies that you may have seen at some point. Written about movies a couple of movies that you've definitely seen. I got lucky in that regard. I've written about some pretty big movies, one of which is the movie Blade, which maybe I'll tell that story sometime in one of these. I actually told that story in Rehab at a Toastmasters night, which was it's Thursdays in the place I was at, the rehab I went to, Thursday evenings from, it's been a minute, I think it's 7:30 to 9 p.m. I believe that's what it is, Thursday nights. Anyways, a lot of guys' favorite time of the week, definitely mine, ended up being my favorite, not just because I like to, gift of gab, get up there and talk and be Mr. Entertainment, but I really enjoyed it, and the guys enjoyed me. There's a few of us like that you would always see in there. Me and a guy, Jason, and a guy, Corey, a couple Corys actually. And I'm going to stop right there. I don't want to put anybody out there who hasn't given permission to be on camera or have their name out there yet, so I'm just using first names, and I figure those are safe. If I get any more specific, I'm like, and I'll be like, Alejandro, Diego or something like that. That's not a real person. I'm just saying, for instance, and you'll be like, what the heck? Doxing, Google him, who is this guy? He was in Rehab with Matt, that's crazy. I'm hoping at some point I can get some of my friends from treatments and the experience of recovery with you guys, like have them on camera, conversations, just chopping it up. It doesn't have to be, I don't think it has to be necessarily me grilling anybody, or, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like, man, what was your darkest night of your soul? What was your rock bottom? All those phrases you hear in treatment, and especially in 12-step meetings. What was your rock bottom? By the way, I don't like the phrase rock bottom. I'm very open about this. I'm kind of a little bit angry about it because I heard a phrase years ago that I'm like, yeah, I'm using that from now on. Everybody, there is no such thing as rock bottom, because when you hit what you think is your rock bottom, that's when you pull a pickaxe out of your back pocket and start chipping away at the rock. There's always a lower low, and I believe that. There's also always a higher high, and I don't say that in any kind of Pollyanna way. I think that all kinds of directions are possible in life, and the times we live in are just way too cynical. I saw a YouTuber, Sir Jelkington. He's actually in my subscriptions if you want to look on my page. He did a fantastic essay last week just called Hope. Giant block letters in the thumbnail, Hope. There's this amazing piece about how his whole life, I believe he's early millennial, maybe younger. Maybe he's like late 20s, something like that. I think he is his age. Talking about how his whole life he's been told that the world's going to be eradicated by nuclear war and or riots or disease or climate change, and basically it's you're fucked from the word go. Like, he's been taught that his whole life, and I realized that's true. People of a certain age have been told that all of this is pointless, and it's all going to end in tears. And I agree with Sir Jelkington. I think that's grotesque, absurd, and honestly, I think it's cruel and irresponsible to be telling you guys, you younger folks out there, all the way down to if there's any teenagers watching this, you guys have been sold false information. I think that life is far more interesting and has more hope and promise and possibility than you are led to believe. I'll tell you why. People get to a certain age, especially in this day and age, and with things like social media and ubiquity of technology, like what I'm doing right now, what I'm filming with, and putting this out there, the channels for you guys to use to see me, the outlets. It's created a cynicism, a digital cynicism, I think, and it's weird because it's like you can go and have an Indiegogo or a Patreon for like a channel like mine, or to buy someone a new motorized wheelchair. Like, that's a thing. Like, H Bomber guy had that on one of his streams, the Donkey Kong stream for Mermaids, the UK trans youth charity, a great charity. Please donate to them. They're awesome. But during that, like, someone hopped in the stream when he was doing the Donkey Kong speedrunning thing and for the charity, and said something like, if you don't mind, Harris, if I can get in there and talk about the fact that my whole quality of life would be like improved, 1,000% if I could just have a new wheelchair. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll put your information out there, and he gave out a link or whatever. And it's crazy, like, I forget the exact specifics, but I think within like 5 minutes they had tripled the goal. Like, it's just amazing when humans put their minds to it and utilize the tech for good, we can do incredible things. I'm sure that young man is getting around better than he ever has with his new, high-tech, bleeding-edge motorized wheelchair. That's fantastic. That's what it should be about. I'm sick of the cynicism too, man. Like, I've got videos on here where I'm real negative, like my Dear Narcissists one. That was to get toxic waste off of my heart. My chest cavity felt like it was swimming with biohazardous waste, and I just had to get it out, But I don't want people who are narcissists to just all like burst into flames or something. I definitely think when they are toxic and they hurt people with their narcissism, which many of them do, some would argue it's part of the personality disorder that it is. It's inherently destructive. I think that's probably, well, in my own experience, it's absolutely 100% true. There should be legal and financial consequences for that. You should get fines and jail time for that. I actually do believe that. Yeah. You fuck someone's life up and hunt down their ex-girlfriends and dox them on their company intranet and ruin their fucking life because you can't control yourself and you have a black hole where self-esteem is supposed to be. You should face serious consequences for that shit. No one should let you get away with that shit. No one should be allowed. If I pulled that shit, I shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. I should be held accountable, absolutely. The law is supposed to apply to everyone. It's supposed to, not in America anymore. If you're rich, you can, kill and eat a child on 4K television, and people go, hey, he's pretty good on that reality show. His girlfriend with the big tits and his half-wit kid who eats sawdust on command. I can stare at the freak show, so I don't mind if he's a horrible person. All that matters is I'm not bored. So as you can tell, this video is a potpourri. Just different things, just rambling about whatever. Do these once in a while, like that Saturday Night Ramble video, just getting my thoughts out there. It's a bit of a post-mortem, maybe, of the Dear Narcissists video, which I am very pleased with. I apologize about the audio quality. I know that the audio quality of my videos so far is up and down. Like, some of them have awesome audio, like Craving Killer. I love that video, everything about it. I'm extremely pleased with it, and I'm proud of it. I I hope it genuinely gets out there and goes wide at some point, because ego notwithstanding, I think I came upon something really effective and useful. You know, I made that video. It was the kind of thing I made, any kind of art form I've made in my life, like be it a poem or a short story or an essay, memoir, a speech, you know, someone wants me to give at an event. You know, I've spoken at events before. I was a trainer, and one of my other jobs in the past was a corporate trainer, so I actually had like scripts sometimes of stuff to say, make sure that I hit all the bullet points of whatever I was training people on. So I'm no stranger to that stuff, but the point I'm making is sometimes I feel really compelled to make things, and that video, Craving Killer, was definitely, like, for lack of a better term, it was a labor of love. It's just everything came together. The sound quality is great because of my friend Mike. My friend Michael he's amazing. You did a wonderful job, Michael. Thank you so much. I look forward to many more collaborations with you, and maybe even getting you on camera at some point. Fingers crossed. But he did a great job on that, salvaged the audio. But visually, I mean, that was a gorgeous day. I didn't tweak any of that. I did no, as far as I can remember, I didn't do any color grading on that. All those bright colors you see, both the my rosy cheeks and that gorgeous, like, you know, almost neon green landscape around me in that video, that's all natural light that the camera picked up. Amazing. And the sound is really good too. I was very, very pleased. I was pleased that there was an audio track solid enough for Michael to salvage, let me put it that way. But what you hear in that great quality, my voice has a nice presence, it's nicely balanced with all the sounds of nature, the trees rustling from the breeze and the birds and all that. That's all Michael. That's his audio magic. He's a genuine wizard. So yeah, really pleased with that one. I'd like for it to go far and wide. I actually, my counselor, my outpatient program, had expressed interest in that my channel and specifically that video, so I sent it to her and she really liked it. I asked her, do you approve? She said, I approve. So that feels good, you know, to know that someone who's a mental health and addictions professional approves of something you've done with the intention of creating a very useful tool for people who are fighting cravings, urges, and possible relapses. That's the point of that video, and I wanted it to be evergreen. I wanted it to be something that you could go to in the dead of winter, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, or 100 years from now, when the world is either a utopian paradise or a post-nuclear Holocaust wasteland, whatever the hell it is. Whether it's Fifth Element or Fury Road, I want it to be a video that people can pull up and go, oh, this Matt guy that I heard, you know, died when California was wiped off the map by the Martians. You know, rest in peace, Matt. You know, he did one good thing with his life. He recorded Craving Killer, that video that me and my friends watch whenever we, you know, are trying not to use. And I'll have contributed something nice to the discourse out there. So, with that said, we're going to finish this up here, and I'm going to shoot another video that I'm going to bank for down the road with a different topic. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's going to be going to get into some stories about my time in rehabilitation. That's I'm told by a lot of my friends, like a lot, and my Facebook friends especially were like, yes, please. People are thirsty for those rehab stories, and I've got lots. So, spill the tea on a few of those in a video coming up shortly. For now, thanks again for joining me as always. Like, share, subscribe, bell. Like, share, subscribe, bell. I need some kind of jingle with that. Maybe Michael can help me with that, but it's got to be metallic though. It's got to, if I can do like a brutal death metal slam style, you know. Like, share, subscribe, bell. I don't know. Who knows? Thanks, guys. Take it easy. Metal Matt.